If you've ever found yourself struggling with things that used to be easy, it could be more than just a bad day. It might be a sign your brain isn't functioning as well as it should. Let's explore the symptoms you need to know. 1. We often think of sleep issues as separate from brain health, but in reality, they are deeply connected. Sleep is the time when your brain detoxifies itself, processes memories, and repairs damage. When you have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or you wake up feeling unrefreshed despite clocking in enough hours, it could signal that your brain is not getting the rest it needs to function properly. Sleep disturbances can lead to cognitive decline over time, affecting your memory, focus, and even your emotional health. Whether it's insomnia, restless sleep, or waking up multiple times during the night, disrupted sleep patterns are often an indicator that your brain is struggling to maintain its natural rhythms. 2. We often associate appetite with our stomachs, but did you know that your brain controls how hungry or full you feel? When the brain is under stress or not functioning optimally, it can cause a sudden loss of appetite. This can be due to changes in neurotransmitters like serotonin, which affects mood and hunger signals. If you've noticed that you're not as interested in food or that your appetite has significantly decreased, it could be a sign that your brain is struggling. This is particularly concerning because a lack of nutrients can further exacerbate brain issues, creating a vicious cycle. Ensuring your brain gets the nourishment it needs is critical for maintaining both physical and mental health. 3. It's normal to feel tired after a busy day or a night of poor sleep, but when fatigue becomes a regular companion, even after you've gotten plenty of rest, it might be more than just your typical exhaustion. Chronic fatigue is often one of the earliest warning signs that your brain isn't functioning at full capacity. Why? Because your brain requires energy to perform even the simplest tasks, and when it's struggling to maintain its operations, it can leave you feeling completely drained. Imagine driving a car with a weak battery. Your brain is like that battery, working overtime to keep everything running, leaving you feeling completely wiped out. This consistent feeling of low energy might signal that your brain is not getting the oxygen or nutrients it needs, or that it's being overworked. 4. Our emotional states are directly tied to our brain health. When the brain is working well, emotions are usually stable. However, an unhealthy brain can cause a roller coaster of emotions. One moment you're laughing, the next you're irritable or even sad. This is because the brain controls neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood. If your brain is struggling, it might produce too much or too little of these chemicals, leading to dramatic mood swings. You may also find that your tolerance for stress decreases, and small problems suddenly feel overwhelming. When your brain is under duress, it can't manage emotions as effectively, leading to more frequent and intense mood changes. This might also be an indicator of hormonal imbalances or mental health disorders, so it's crucial to pay attention to these changes. 5. We've all experienced the occasional headache, but if you're constantly reaching for painkillers because your head is always pounding, it's time to dig deeper into the root cause. Frequent headaches can often be a sign that the brain isn't getting what it needs to function properly. This could be due to dehydration, poor circulation, high levels of stress, or even more serious conditions like inflammation in the brain. The brain doesn't have pain receptors, but it can cause headaches when there's pressure on blood vessels or tension in surrounding muscles. If your headaches are becoming more frequent, it might be a clue that your brain is in distress, and addressing the underlying causes can help you regain clarity and comfort. 6. Your eyes and brain work in tandem to help you interpret the world around you. So, when your brain isn't functioning properly, your vision can be affected. If you notice blurred vision, difficulty focusing, or even seeing things in double, it may not be your eyes but your brain that's the problem. These issues can stem from problems in the brain's occipital lobe, which processes visual information. Unhealthy brain activity can lead to reduced blood flow or pressure on the visual centers of the brain, causing vision problems. Frequent changes in vision or sudden onset of visual issues should always be checked out, as they could indicate anything from migraines to more serious neurological conditions. 7. It's one thing to get tongue-tied during a conversation, but if you find yourself consistently struggling to find the right words, slurring your speech, or having difficulty forming coherent sentences, it's time to take a closer look. Speech involves a complex network of brain functions, and when something in this network breaks down, it can affect your ability to communicate. This could be a sign of an underlying neurological issue, such as a stroke, or early signs of conditions like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's disease. Difficulty with speech could also stem from stress, fatigue, or even emotional distress, but when it becomes persistent, it's crucial to seek medical advice. 8. Forgetting things occasionally is normal, but frequent forgetfulness can be a sign of an unhealthy brain. If you're constantly forgetting appointments, losing track of time, or struggling to remember what you were about to do, it could indicate that your brain is not processing or retaining information effectively. Forgetfulness often stems from brain overload, poor sleep, or even emotional stress, but persistent memory issues can indicate cognitive decline or early signs of dementia. It's important to recognize these early warning signs and address any potential issues before they worsen. 9. We live in a world of constant distractions, from buzzing phones to never-ending to-do lists. It's no wonder many of us find it hard to concentrate. But if you're finding that your ability to focus has drastically diminished, or you feel like your mind is constantly wandering without being able to get anything done, it might be more than just distraction. It could be a sign your brain is under strain. Healthy brain function involves being able to filter out unnecessary information and stay on task. When the brain is unhealthy, it struggles to perform this filtering, making concentration difficult. You might find yourself rereading the same paragraph over and over, unable to focus at work, or feeling mentally scattered all the time. Your brain is the control center of your body, and it's crucial to listen when it's sending you signals. Don't ignore the warning signs. Take steps to protect your brain health before it's too late.